Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here for Thursday, September 3rd. Before we get into today's play of the day, a quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a loss with the Heat and Bucks under 221.5, which was available on DraftKings at minus 112. Bad read by me. I thought that the line would drop. I thought the referees would swallow their whistles, and both did not occur as the game closed at roughly 224.5. And when you had a lot of referees swallowing whistles in other games, you had 71 free throw attempts in this one, as the referees turned this game into an absolute circus, particularly late, as you ended up having that very controversial three-point foul by Dragic, which I didn't think was a foul, and then the massive makeup call at the end, which was, pretty much a joke on Giannis, which led to the Jimmy Butler game-winning free throws. However, we ended up losing before that ended up occurring, so it wasn't a bad beat for us at all, but it was pretty unfortunate when the referees kind of kept calling fouls at almost every possession. Milwaukee got 39 free throws, Miami got 32, and if you look at the Game 7 in comparison that you had with the Thunder and the Rockets, both teams combined to get 40. So, yeah, you had an extra 30-something free throws in this game, and the game still barely went over by about 9 points, or 8 points, I should say, and that was with 70-something free throws. So, happens. I'll keep that in mind in the future, but really just depends on which referees are going to be determining the outcomes based on how much they want to see a free throw shooting contest. You didn't get that in the Thunder game. You got that in the Bucks game, and that's why we ended up picking up the loss there. But for today's play of the day, for Thursday, we're going to be looking at another NBA matchup. It will be Game 1 in the Western Conference Series between the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers. And the play that is going to be on the Clippers minus 8.5, which is available on FanDuel at minus 110. Now, this line has skyrocketed. It originally opened up at Clippers minus 6, and now it's up to 8.5. I expect it to climb even higher, probably to around 9.5 or 10 by opening tip. Couple reasons why money has come in on the Clippers. First of all, the Clippers are the much better team. No-brainer. Denver struggled to beat a Utah team that is, I'd say, offensively challenged. I know that they ended up coming back from 3-1 down. Offensively, though, Denver seems to only play well when Jamal Murray goes for 40+. And Jokic, despite the fact that he is extremely solid offensively, it's going to be a serious problem in the pick-and-roll guarding the Clippers with Jokic there, especially with the likes of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and even Lou Williams, who can torch anybody. But if Jokic is forced to guard any of them on the perimeter, that's going to be a long afternoon for Denver. Second reason is because of the fact that the Clippers have a significant rest advantage in this spot. They ended up playing their last game on Sunday, where they ended up beating the Dallas Mavericks. Meanwhile, Denver had to play the late game on Sunday as well as the Game 7 physical thriller on Tuesday. Now, they had a one-day off before having to play this game, while the Clippers have been off since Sunday. Clippers have a rest advantage. Patrick Beverley is expected to be back in the lineup, which should help out a lot defensively. And I simply think the Clippers have the much deeper and better overall roster, both on offense and defense, especially with Denver. If you looked at that series with Utah, you had Murray, who played well, obviously, with the exception of Game 7, but really nobody played well in Game 7 besides Jokic. Jokic, who, of course, is a very solid center. Other than that, though, who is Denver's third guy? It was Michael Porter earlier in the bubble, but in Game 6 and Game 7, he scored a combined 12 points. He was non-existent. Grant was good in Game 6, didn't really do anything in Game 7. Craig didn't really do anything offensively. Gary Harris came back. He shot 1 for 9. Denver doesn't have many options besides 1 and 2 from Murray and Jokic. And Murray is the third reason why. Murray is not 100%. He ended up getting injured in Game 7 as he ended up suffering a bruised quad. He's expected to play, but he definitely should not be at 100%, which is a serious issue considering the fact that if Murray has to go up against Kawhi and Paul George for 48 minutes guarding him and he's not at 100%, I can see it being a long afternoon for Murray, or a long evening, I should say, for Murray. So based on that, I think the Clippers are just a much better team, the much healthier team right now. And I think that Denver, even though they were able to beat Utah in a 7-game series, the Clippers are a different animal. And I think that people are expecting the Clippers with the rest advantage to win this game by double digits, and I am one of those people. So the play that I once again is going to be on the Clippers in Game 1, minus 8.5, which is available on FanDuel at minus 110. That's been the installment of Scott Selections here for Thursday, September 3rd. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.